Hi everybody, so I'm just going to go straight in with my Pears transparent soap and a disposable mascara wand and just brush up all my eyebrow hairs, and then going in with the Sleek Brow Kit in the shade Dark to just start filling them in using the Zakiya angled liner brush. Then to prime the eyelids, I'm going to use MAC Select Cover Up in the shade NW15, just carving out underneath the eyebrow and then bringing that down across the entire lid. Then I'm just buffing that out using my Zakiya concealer buffer, just to make sure the concealer is nice and flat and dried down, so there's no need to set it. I'm just making sure to blend all them edges so when it comes to foundation there's no harsh lines. So I'm dipping into a brand new palette today. This is the JUVIA'S Magic palette. These have just started being stocked on Beauty Bay and I couldn't wait to get my hands on these. So I'm going in with the shade Nana as my transition shade today. Just buffing that all through the crease, placing it on, and then actually going back in with a clean blending brush just to blend out the edges. Then just going in the shade with the shade Zakiya just to deepen up that crease. So I'm just concentrating that colour a lot closer to the actual crease and not blending it up as high. And doing the same again, placing the colour on and then going back in with the same clean blending brush just to buff away any harsh lines. And then I'm just going to pat that onto the outer third of my eyelid, just ready for the half cut crease style. Then I'm just dipping into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette and using the shade Red Ochre just to deepen up that crease again and pat that onto the outer third as well, just to deepen that up. So my eyeshadow went up a little bit too high, so I've just gone back in with my concealer buffer just to bring that back down slightly. So then I'm going to start cutting the crease using the MAC Select Cover Up again, just taking this halfway and being ever so careful when cutting the crease to create a nice sharp line. Then once you get towards the outside, just taper it off just to blend that into the other colours nicely, so there's a nice transition. So I'm just going to place the colour Boronu from the JUVIA'S palette just across the eyelid just to set down that Select Cover Up. Then going back in with Red Ochre just to buff away any harsh lines on the edge. So I'm curling my lashes and I applied some eyeliner and false lashes off camera using the Helen Lashes, which is a gorgeous new lash brand which I'll link at Instagram down below. So then I'm just going in with MAC Select Covered Up again just to prime the under eye, ready for more eyeshadow, and then just buffing that in as before with the same concealer buffer brush just to make sure it's all nicely blended in. Then I'm just going back in with every colour we've used on the top of the eye, so starting with Nana, then going in with Zakiya, and then a bit of Boronu not Boronu, with a bit of Red Ochre from Modern Renaissance. Now if you saw my last video, you saw I had a terrible time when it came to brown eyeliner. So this time I'm actually going back in with the brown gel liner from the Sleek Brow Kit from earlier. Then just for the lower lash mascara, I'm going to go in with the Loreal Telescopic, which has this extra fine brush. So as a primer today, I'm using the Sleek Barekissed Illuminator just to create a nice glow. So I'm just brushing that on all over my face. Then for foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match. I think the shade is 1W. So I'm just patting that in using my Real Techniques complexion sponge. Making sure to take it all down the neck so we match nicely and get in the ears. For concealer, I'm using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NW15. I think I use this concealer and need enough every video I do. Putting that in all the usual spots, so the under eye, top of the lip, the chin, and then the centre of the forehead, and down the bridge of the nose. Then I'm just going to start blending that out with my beauty blender. Then once I get closer to the eyes, I'm just going to go in with this small soft duo fibre brush just to blend that concealer in so I don't end up ruining the blend of my eyeshadow. And then this is where I like to take the concealer up slightly to correct the shape of my eyeshadow so I get that nice rounded shape to my eyes. So for inner corner highlight, I'm going to take the shade Osun from the JUVIA'S Place palette while accidentally flipping everybody off. For cream contour, I'm going to take the Lottie London foundation sticks in two different colours. So I've got Amber Honey and Rich Toffee. And I'm going to do the bulk of the contour with Amber Honey, which is the lighter shade. So just hitting the cheekbones, the jawline, the forehead. Then just with Rich Toffee, I'm going to go in and just deepen them up slightly, just in sort of the centre of where I've hit. Then underneath my bottom lip and then just the tip of my nose. So I'm going to buff in the jawline with my beauty blender. But then when it comes to the cheekbone contour, I'm actually going to go in with this Real Techniques Duo Fibre Contour Brush. And I like to use this more because it doesn't take away as much of the colour as the beauty blender does. But then I still go over with my beauty blender just to make sure there's no harsh lines and everything blends together seamlessly. So next I'm going to take my iconic London Liquid Illuminator drops in the shade Original and just with the tip of my sponge dab that on my cheekbone and then flip the sponge over to blend it in nicely. And I'm just going to hit the top of my lip and the tip of my nose too. Lovely glowy skin. Then just with the excesses, I'm going to put on my chin and my forehead just to give a bit more of a glow. Then just to set the under eye and any places where I tend to get like creases, I'm going to use the RCMA no colour powder. So I do under the eyes, around the end of the nose, and then sort of the laughter lines between the eyebrows and the forehead, which is where I tend to get really creased makeup because I move my face around a lot. For bronzer today, I'm going to take the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark, and I'm just going to use my Zoeva, can't remember the name of the brush, but I'll list it below, just to bronze up my face so I don't look so ghostly anymore. Hitting pretty much where I've cream contoured, so the cheekbones, the jawline and the forehead mostly. And then making sure to hit the chin and down the neck a bit as well, just to make sure it all looks nice and bronzed. Then just to deepen that up slightly and just to use as a slight contour shade, I'm going to use the Kiko Milano Baked Bronzer. Just on this, I think it's a Morphe contour brush. Again, I can't remember the name, I'll list it below. Again, just hitting the cheekbones, the jawline, and then I'm just going to snatch my little nose slightly. And then for highlights, I'm going to go into the Anastasia Beverly Hills That Glow Kit, and I'm just going to sort of use a mixture of all 4 shades on my cheekbones. And then for the Cupid's bow and nose, tip of the nose, I'm going to focus largely on that lighter shade. And then I'm also going to run that along the brow bone as sort of an underbrow highlight. Then I forgot to hold it up, but I'm using the MAC Amber and Rose blusher just to tie in all the contour and the highlight together. And then finally for lips, I'm using the NYX Liquid Suede in Foiled again, which is this gorgeous coral bright colour. I thought went really nicely with the colours of the eyeshadow. And that's all done, so thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe below, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!